That was a very good presentation. And now we have Dr. Sudha V. Oh, I'm so sorry, sir. We have Dr. Sudha V. Tell us about the indexing and impact factor of a journal.
Good afternoon. Actually, it's a little sad to see such few people here. I think the speaker is such an important topic, and with such a great speaker like Dr. Santosh here, we've unfortunately got a very poor audience. I'm so sorry about this, and that also I think the audience is not really listening to what we're saying. Unfortunate, very unfortunate. But anyway, my topic today is indexing and impact factor, and I would like to thank the KJO team for giving me this chance. So we have written a beautiful article. Such effort has gone into that. Now we have to share it with others, because it's just not saying that this is good. It has to go to a peer person to see whether it is good or not. So we must choose a journal. Now, how do we choose a journal? We say two words: impact factor of the journal and indexed. What are these two terms that we are talking about? So index factors or index journals are considered to be of high quality. Similarly, the impact factor is also a proxy for the importance of the journal. So simply put, what is an index? So you have a data of information. That is called a database, a collection of information. Now, to know where this information which you want to pick out is present, for that, you create an index. So index is sort of ordering of the data into certain topics and putting a page number. That is simply an index. So what is indexing? Creating that index for a database structure is indexing. But who will put it into order? Somebody has to read it, somebody has to analyze it and put it in a site that this is the index, so that you can search for it, you can sort it out, and you can group it. Now, why do we need to index? We need to do literature search. Our scientific research is evidence-based medicine. We need to search. We need to also verify what we have searched. Only then our research becomes of higher quality. So what are the indexing options? Here is what is important. What you give in your paper is very important. The headings. The headings, if you put medical subject headings, those are sorted out. Like in the PubMed, they are mesh words. So if your headings can be put in those terms, actually specialists will look into your article and look for those particular headings. If they are there, they can be sorted out in that index. You can use the keywords. Keywords are given by the author, the title or the keyword. So that keyword plus is also an indexing option. Bibliographic indexing is based on the references, and what we are going to come to is the citation index. Now, what is a bibliographic index? You put the references in alphabetical order. So many references we have given in this manuscript. But to look for the author, which reference, that particular author is seen and pointed, where is it? Then you give that author also in alphabetical order and put a page number to it. So that becomes your index. This becomes your bibliography. So in-text citations are also like that. You have a reference, they are put in order of appearance in the text, and you put numbers on the text. So that number becomes your citation in the text. Now, what is citation indexing? Based on that number, if you give a number to one of your references and put it in the text, that number becomes a citation, and the article which has been referenced will get a citation. So when you put a number in a document, the other document which you're referring to will get the citation. So actually, it's basically linking of two articles which are related by references. And this linking is done by an electronic database. So they collect articles which have the common references, and this is called a citation index. And what is good about this is that suppose you have an article which has referred to previous 3 articles before. Any further articles which are going to look at this central article will also be able to accumulate, will also be linked to the previous article. So you're actually going retrospective as well as prospective. Now we come to what are databases. We've already said database is a collection of information. So you have a lot of databases which are important to us. These databases can be accessed commonly by some platform called a Web of Science. There are multiple databases which you can, through one search, you can access. For instance, if you want to search an author in the particular year, so you click on that author's name you add with the year and you click on it. So what do you get? In all the articles which have cited that particular author's work in that particular year will be given to you. Similarly, you can also, this author's name, which of the articles has been published and which of this has been cited will also be given to you. So these are all in that platform together. All the articles in all the fields he has published will come together. Now, what is PubMed? We are always talking about PubMed indexing, but PubMed is not an index actually. PubMed is a search engine. It searches what? The US National Library of Medicine. And this has 3 resources, that is your Medline, PMC, and the bookshelf. Medline is all your medical articles which are under paywalls. PMC is the free medical article available, and bookshelf is for books. So these can be accessed by PubMed. Now coming to impact factor, what is impact factor? It is measured by 2 methods, bibliometrics and altimetrics. So this is a statistical analysis. So we know that a citation index is there, which is a electronic database. Now through that you can actually analyze the statistics of how much citations has been received by an article. So it's basically an automated algorithmic data, and you can actually trace the citation, you can count the citation, and you can have an H index which actually traces how much the author has been cited. So these are used in various sources, but the problem with this, a new article will have less citations. The more older the article, more people will cite it. And citation doesn't mean quality, because if you disagree with an article also, you can cite it. So it may be that it's a wrong thing, but just doesn't mean that because you have a higher citation, it's a great article. It doesn't mean that. And especially some articles always, or PG, postgraduate students will always cite a review article. Things like that, so review articles have higher citations. So we come to journal level, you have something called a journal impact factor, which is calculated by the number of citations in 2 years received by the journal divided by the number of articles. So here you can actually it gives you a factor like 2.024, and you can grade the number of journals based on the impact factor. Altimetrics are not just citations. They are actually all these colors. If you've seen the donut, this color of the donut will tell you how much it has been downloaded in Facebook, how much it has been shared in blogs, how much it is researched through Google. All these will come in this. So altimetrics is telling you the general impact of the article. If you see the IGEO metrics, IGEO gives the impact factor as well as gives you the altimetrics in that area. So how to improve your research factor, that is the important thing. So you have to publish in articles which are indexed with recognized platforms. What are those recognized platforms? Your Web of Science and the Scopus, the most 2 important one. Only if you put your article there is it going to be picked up world over and given a citation. So it has to be seen first of all. Second thing, you should know what is DOI. Digital Object Identifier. Each article that you write is put in an electronic database and given a link. If this link you directly put into things like ResearchGate or ORCID, if you just copy paste it, what happens is this link is linked to your article. So that article will come into your ORCID. ORCID is your personal repository of the articles which you have published. Similarly is the ResearchGate. So whenever a person gets your ORCID number, they can actually get all the articles which you have published simply by the DOI indexing. And it's very easy to put the DOI and just link it. So the other most important is when you publish, your keywords and titles should be possibly in mesh terms or very, very careful. It should actually be meaning something, because we search with keywords and we search with the titles. So thank you, and that is letting me part of the discussion. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Dr. Sudha, for that very, very enlightening